Thank you.
Hi everyone, welcome to the Wallifornia Musictech Virtual Summit 2020. We are very happy to have all of you today with us. Unfortunately not in Belgium, in Liège, but online. Today and also tomorrow and on Thursday, we will speak about the future on the music and esport industries. Music and esport professionals, hackers, investors, startups, all together we will discuss about the future of those industries. We are more than 500 attendees today and during those 3 days from more than 30 countries. That's huge. Thank you very much, guys. So there's 2 ways to see the conference, on streaming and also to facilitate the exchange between you guys in our new virtual reality platform. We have also, if you want, a Slack group to facilitate those exchanges too. Do not hesitate to use it. Wallifornia Musictech. Everyone is already on it. And now it's time to begin the conference and to launch the conference. The first conference is about esports and brands. I give the word to the host, Jean Gréban. Jean Gréban is esports consultant. Jean, it's for you.
Hello everyone, welcome to the first talk of Wallifornia Musictech. My name is Jean Gréban, sport consultant in Belgium, and not in New York. It's only a wallpaper behind me, and I will be the host of this panel. So the question of this panel is esport, a new eldorado for brands. The difficulty for brands to reach millions pushed towards esport, which in a few years become at the same time a hobby, an industry, and a media. Today we will discuss the perception that brands have of esport, the interest and the expectation. In order to answer the discussion, let me introduce you to Bruno Bouniton from Proximus, the leading national telecom operator. Proximus has been investing in esports for 2 years now, being the main sponsor of the ESL Championship on CSGO and League of Legends, and the Pro League on FIFA. Pix, the digital TV of Proximus, also broadcasts international tournaments and produce editorial content. Thierry de Latre is director of Panini Edition, is our second guest today. Panini is well known since decades for its football trading cards and not a mainstream license. Since last year, Panini has been distributing Fortnite cards and stickers. In order to make this new collection better known, our first sponsoring experience was successfully carried out during the 2 Fortnite days in Walibi, amusement park in Belgium, bringing together fans and the stars, pro players and most famous streamers. So we'll start with the first question to Bruno. What link or experience does your company have with eSport?
Hello everyone. I hope you can hear me well. So yes, as Jean said, we are in esports since 2017. But it took a bit time to first understand for a telco this new world and this new phenomenon to be able to build what we wanted to bring to the customer. And we start so in 2018 with the spirit that we wanted to take the territory in Belgium. So because there was no big company already supporting and be investing in esports at that time. And the objective were to create awareness, reach, to have credibility in this esports/gaming area, to innovate and to put in place a nice brand image and to create content and experience. And for that, we have decided to build this new story together with the local markets, the local actors, but also some key brands and with a reputation in esports. So we made a deal, an exclusive deal with ESL, for the supporting the naming partner and exclusive broadcaster of the ESL Proximus Championship for League of Legends and CSGO. And also we made an exclusive deal with the Pro League, which is the owner of the local football first division, and to create the official FIFA tournament in Belgium. So that was how we supported that on the games. And we have decided also to launch one esports channel on TV, esports TV, and also to support local initiatives, supporting the sports bar, the esports bar, but also some esports tournament locally, to support the development of an esports ecosystem in Belgium. So after 2 years, it was a nice achievement because we created lots of content, had lots of audiences on TV and on Twitch channels, and also on our own website. And we have reached the different KPIs we had also for the attendance of the offline event that we have created each year in December. And last year, after only 2 years in esports, we have won the award of the best competition and event in Belgium. So voila, it was a nice achievement, but there are still lots of stuff to improve, but we'll discuss it later, I believe.
Hello, everyone. I am Thierry from Panini, and we are not so far as Proximus into this world. We are still learning. We did start the discussion with Epix to buy the rights of the collection Fortnite. We launched 2 collections in 2019 about Fortnite. The first one was a sticker collection because we are mainly involved into the business with the sticker collections. And we also launched a collection of trading cards. They both work very well. I can say the trading cards is more for the teenager and adult people targeted, and the stickers are more for the younger children. We did do that. We got a lot of experience into that world. That's why we start to find a way to be in contact with the players and with the fans. So that's why we went to Walibi, who was a big event last year. I think the first one organized into this world of gaming. And we participated as a partner at that event, which was a big success. It was a big success for the people watching. It was a big success for people coming on Walibi on the site to see the event. And that's how we start. And due to the success we had in 2019, we are planning to launch a new collection in 2020. Again, stickers and trading cards. We are already working on a new collection for 2021, and we are also working on a new license into the esports that we would buy, I think, in 2020, maybe 2021. It depends how fast the reactions are. It's a new world for us.
Okay, great. So next question, can you share with us the quantitative and qualitative return that you already had with eSport through your different investment in the sector? Thierry, maybe?
Yes, well, for us, as I said, it's a new world. So for us, it's very, very complicated to find the right contact. And we are still looking, and we are still trying to improve, because obviously it's not easy to be in touch with the people who are involved into that world, because we have no historic connection like we do have in the football, like you said, with all the federation. It's very easy for us to be in contact with the Belgian Federation, with the Pro League, and the international level also. Into this world is a much more complicated challenge for us to get into contact with the streamer, in contact with the fans, or in contact with the right channel to communicate the launch of the collections. The other problem we have and difficulty we have is also we are, as we can call, an old world of the printing business, the paper, and we are into the digital world. So it's a complicated switch for us to bring the digital into paper. Most of the people would not believe it could be done. We achieved it, and we successfully did it. But even so, obviously, in each collection, we try to bring something new to appeal the collectors of the collections. And so we are always looking how we could connect the product, the paper product, with the digital life. So that's where we are still trying to improve.
Okay, thank you. So Bruno, maybe the same question.
Yes, so first for Proximus, it's very important because our core business remains also connectivity, and so the investment we are doing in 5G and fiber is key also for gaming and esports. So one of the key takeaways is that we will link fiber and top connectivity with esports and gaming experience. I think something very important for a company like us, what we have as key takeaways since 2 years is that esports is a completely new world because the way it was built is something completely different than in any other sports. So it's very important to have a strong link with the teams, with the players and the editors to be able to build something credible in there. So it takes a bit time, but that's something important. But if you know that we have the coverage in the media, for instance, and the coverage also in the different industry of esports, is that Proximus is really the reference company in Belgium. And if we compare to other telcos, it's clear that we have taken the territory. So that's the key outcome. But we want to continue to invest and to support esport development. And for that, there are also some opportunities to improve, if I may say. Esport is not yet very professional in Belgium. So it's complex when you want to create a nice final for a TV signal or produce content, you need to work for a certain quality. So it is something we still have to support to improve. Also, there are no federation or structure of esport in Belgium, which is a bit problematic for the players, for the teams. So it's important also to develop this esports federation, that the players, the team, and the organization having a competition goes together and build something strong. Just some figures to say that esports is already a big phenomenon. If we take the finals of ESL Proximus Championship last year, we have reached more than 250,000 eyeballs on our different channels, Twitch, TV, and stuff like this. And there was more than 1,000 people attending each day of the event. So it's not yet a football match final of the cup, but it's already something very important. And it's a bit the same for FIFA, which less attendees, because it's not yet as mature as League of Legends could be. But the results on watching it on TV were very impressive.
Okay, so you already answered part of the question is how can the esport ecosystem improve to get better results and bigger investment? So maybe the question for Thierry.
Well, I recognize the same argument as Bruno just said. In fact, we had a discussion 1 year ago with the Belgian Federation, the Pro League, because we were thinking we launched since 1970 an album about the Premier League, the Pro League, and the 1A division, so the professional division. And we decided last year to introduce the first e-gamer in a sticker in the collection. And after a few discussions with a few teams and the federation, we understood that they were not ready last year because they are not, as Bruno said, professional enough to get 16 gamers officially representing each club. I hope this change, and maybe that have changed. I will have a meeting with them next month. So maybe for the next collection, we could introduce the first e-gamer of the Pro League officially, representing a club officially, because it's important to be an official collection. We have to be in that type of quality. That's in fact, as I said, also in fact the federation having the right contact is not easy. We have a few agencies who contact us, who have some contact, so who are experienced into this world. But in fact, again, it's very complicated for us to go a bit to work with the left and then to the right and to find out the right people and to get in contact with the streamer. That's a very, very difficult way. There is not a step which is very clear for us to get in contact with this person or this organization. That will help us a lot, obviously.
If I may add something, yeah. I don't know if you hear me. Yes, I believe also that, and from experience, we see some big gaps in the local environment. For instance, again, when we speak about content production, there is no top casters for League of Legends in Flanders, for instance. So we have to work also with people from Holland to have a good commentator. It's like you watch a football match of Standard against Anderlecht, and it's someone from Holland who make the commentary. So those kind of stuff needs to be developed. The local anchor needs to be developed. The link between local teams and local fans has to be developed, because internationally, esports is clearly major for CSGO, for League of Legends, but locally it needs really support to bring fans and players together. It will help the teams to find new partners and new sponsors also. Something also important is that we have seen some company contacting us to see if we could make partnership on the different competition we support. But when you go into esports, you need to take some risk also. And each time it was an interest, but small interest. So I just want to say that if you want to go into esports, you have to believe in that and to take some risk. And so not coming with small support, but really go for that because it's a risk, but it needs development and so support on that part. So those are kind of stuff that could support, and where we are trying to build casters and local anchor, but other companies should also support this kind of stuff.
I think what's important for sponsors, of course, the return and the visibility that they can get, but it's not a mature market, so we have to build it. And the first investment has to go first to the grassroots, and where there are most players, and not only to the biggest championship like in other countries where the ecosystem is much more developed than by us. We had about sport, traditional sport was impacted the last month with the lockdown due to the pandemic of COVID-19. We have seen a lot of big events like the football Euro competition, Olympic Games, Tour de France, and Formula One Grand Prix has been cancelled. And the problem was that the mainstream media also had to adapt the programming to compensate the lack of content during a period that people were asking for more entertainment. So there was a big window opportunity for esport, and some use this opportunity to bring esport to the mainstream and some mainstream media. We are also seeing sportsmen and women themselves involved in sport competition as player, but also as organizator. I think at Thibaut Courtois, for example, who just invested also in an esports structure in Spain, who bought new football club. So the link between both the digital and physical sport will be a strength in the coming month, I think. So what is your point of view of this development, specifically for the sport games?
For my part, if I can answer that, it's a big improvement since the COVID, obviously, and there is a lot of interest, a lot of people who have been organizing a lot of events, and in fact, due to the cancellation of the physical event, it's a big improvement for the people. That's definitely a good thing, and it will keep like that. I think it will keep growing without any doubt about it. I just want to mention one positive point. The Tour de France is still on the schedule to be end of August, so it should be on the road in August in France.
Okay.
Yes, for me, there are two different kind of esport you are talking about, because here you are speaking about sports which were live and played live, that were stopped during COVID, and then try to find solution to make a kind of simulation of the game. So we see Thibaut Courtois, who played Formula One simulation and stuff like this. And next to that, you have the only other esports stuff like CSGO, League of Legends, which are played very often online. So on the CSGO, League of Legends, and other usual esports, it has not had a huge impact. It was just more initiatives like what we do with the Cup on League of Legends, Cup of CSGO. On the simulation of games, indeed, the media and company tried to find solution to have entertainment content live instead of having live play games for football and stuff like this. So it was there were lots of initiatives during that time. Know that the live sports are back, and lots of sports are back now. The focus of this kind of company are now to have real live matches, and probably in the coming months they will come back on thinking about more esports development. But it was really in two phases: finding quickly solution to have entertainment linked to esports. No, it's back to live, and probably afterward it will be more a vision and ambition for the 2-3 coming years. But it's not yet clear for a lot of company, I believe. No, it was more opportunities during COVID to make esports.
We saw during this period, of course, that the two aspects of the esport, the online and physical competition, were not evolving the same way, because physical events of esport were also cancelled like other sports. From your point of view as sponsor, do you give a big attention to one of these two aspects, or are they equal for you?
For me?
Question
Thierry, yes. Thierry, yes.
Sorry. Well, in fact, yes, Bruno is correct. We are more involved into the real sports, because obviously we are doing Tour de France, we are doing football in different championship. We go Premier League in England, and that's distributing to Belgium now. We got the Belgium Championship, we got the Euro, we've been cancelled this year. So in fact, we are more in the live sport than the esports. But Fortnite was for us the first test, and it was a big test. And as Bruno said, we had a big investment for us, because obviously I was talking about the investment we did with Walibi, but we did also a sampling with the newspaper, with more than 80,000 copy giveaway to each readers of the newspaper. So in fact, we did invest quite a lot into Fortnite to give them a fair chance to have a good start, and we are very happy about the two collections results, and that's also why we have decided to multiplicate this operation, even with Fortnite, and again with a new license soon. So it's something we are doing more and more into the esports.
Okay, thank you, Bruno.
Yeah, those two aspects. Proximus is distributing the top and premium sports competition on its platform. So both aspects are key for us to deliver the content that matters to people at the best quality. So esports, sports, I would not say that we will, the focus is more on one or the other. No, it's two content which are important for our customers. So we will continue for both to deliver it and to bring the best experience on that. So it's not one or the other. It's complementary.
Complementary. Okay. We had a lot about sports games, but there are also, like Bruno said, other important titles like Counter-Strike and League of Legends and many others. Are there some games that you'd exclude and where you don't want to invest? I think that Proximus is maybe the exception as a mainstream brand to invest in a Counter-Strike competition, because it's an 18-plus title with terrorists, and it may be a difficulty to bring this kind of games to the mass market and to bring them also to broadcast them on TV. So what's your perception of that kind of game, Bruno?
So we do not support a specific game, and we want to support esports. So when you are making in gamers, fans, and stuff like this, so it's not the game that we support. That it has to be clear. And we are sponsor of a competition. We do not manage by itself the competition. On the other hand, it's if you have a look at and we made market survey. If you have a look at the most important games and what is relevant in esports. CSGO is clearly relevant, and if you want to have credibility to say we want to support esport, you need to take that into account. Fortnite is also important, but it's not yet really major, if I may say, in esports competition as such. And League of Legends is clearly since years the most watched game. So again, it's not the game that you support. Clearly, it's the gamer that we want to support, and the development of a clear and nice esports ecosystem in Belgium.
Yes, from my side, obviously, we are not so much involved. And so, in fact, we have decided to take Fortnite as a license. That was the first one we could buy, and who was also international, because as you know, Panini is distributing to the world, and obviously they are looking for license who could be distributing to most countries at the same time with the same elements. So for us, for example, doing collection typically in Belgium, like we do for the Pro League, it's very, very expensive, very complicated, and still a small numbers at the end of the day compared to what Fortnite could be sold through all the countries in Europe and the world. So we are investing into collections who have a potential at the international level.
Okay, thank you. This was my last question. The audience can also ask a question in the chat if they want. And we have a few minutes left. So Bruno and Thierry, do you want to add something to what we discussed today?
Well, no, I think it was very interesting, and I think we like Bruno said, I can see that Proximus is much more organized and developed into the reflection into the esport than we are Panini, and so I think we have to improve the quality of the work we do around the collection involving esports.
Thank you.
Yeah, maybe one last element. I don't know who is in the audience, but I'm also working for the content sport acquisition and stuff like this. And if you compare the real sports business and the esports business on a content distribution perspective, it's completely different. The esports came from international competition and then is trying to build national competition, where it's completely the contrary on sports. It started locally and then built UEFA, FIFA, and stuff like this. But it has as consequence that the distribution models of the content and the key competition is completely different, meaning that no international competition are on Twitch, and Twitch is one of the key platforms for that, and also is working on another way than other usual platforms. For instance, for League of Legends, you have one French channel buying the worldwide rights for the French-speaking part, which on the football perspective, if you speak about Champions League or Premier League, you have per country each local actor who can buy the rights and broadcast it on the media. So for telcos, but also other media, it's completely different. And if a media wants to enter esport, it's key that he has to check and well understand this difference. That was one key element also of the outcome we had after 2 years of investment.
Okay, thank you. So thank you, Thierry and Bruno, for this very interesting exchange. I hope that it will help other brands to get interest and invest maybe in esports. And we'll see next year if it has improved the ecosystem. So that was the end of the first panel. Thank you. Have a nice day.
Thank you. Bye.
Thank you. Have a good day. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.